Simplifying expressions, part 2. This problem contains fractions, but just because it contains fractions doesn't mean we're going to do anything different. When you simplify an expression, you have the same two major steps. Distribute to clear parentheses, combine like terms. So we'll do nothing different here than we did in the last video. So let's look at the problem. Minus 3 halves, parentheses, y take away 8, take away 1/6 y. First thing is distribute, so we get the minus 3 halves distributing. And I'm going to use the sign shortcut that I used in the last video. So if you haven't watched that yet, take a look at it. Minus times plus is negative. And then 3 halves times y is 3 halves y. Minus minus is plus. 3 halves times 8. And then the negative, or take away 1/6 y, just tags along, so I'm going to write it down here. Now we're going to first make this look a little bit nicer. We're going to simplify 3 halves times 8 first, and then we'll keep going with combining the like terms. 3 halves times 8, if it helps, write the over 1 for the 8 so you can see it as a fraction. And when you multiply fractions, what you want to do is first reduce if you can, and then multiply across the top and across the bottom. So 2 goes into 8, leaving us a 4 on top, and that leaves us with 3 times 4 over 1, or just 3 times 4, which is 12. So now our expression is minus 3 halves y plus 12, take away 1/6 y. Remember, when you multiply fractions, you don't need a common denominator. You only need that for adding and subtracting. Now we're going to go to like terms. Minus 3 halves y and take away 1/6 y. They both have a y to the 1 power, so they're like terms. And now we are going to need to make a common denominator. But what I'm going to do here, and this helps a lot of students who get confused with the fractions, is do the fraction work off to the side. So what I'm really doing is adding the coefficients for the like term. So I have minus 3 halves, and then take away 1/6. So I'm going to do that math off to the side, and then I'm going to put the final answer down here. Now let's see, we've got denominators of 2 and 6. We want a common denominator, so the least common denominator would be a 6. So I do times 3, top and bottom, to make the denominator on this fraction a 6. That gives me minus 9 over 6, take away 1 over 6. So I have a common denominator of 6 with the minus 9 take away 1 as the numerator. And think of minus 9 minus 1 is plus a negative. So I have minus 9 plus a negative 1. That gives me minus 10 over 6. Always reduce fractions as far as possible. So let's see, 6 and 10, both of those divide by 2. So if I divide by 2 here, I get a 3. Divide by 2 here, it's a 5. And don't forget about the minus sign. So our final fraction is minus 5 over 3. Now that's the coefficient of the like terms for y. So I have minus 5/3 y. Bring down the plus 12, and that's our final answer.